G'day guys, in this episode I talk about organizational alignment, specifically in the context of medium to large size business. This question comes from Mel Best, who asks how she can garner alignment right from the top down in her organization while ensuring that the collective has a voice, but at an individual store level there is still room to breathe their own authenticity into the vision, the mission, and the ultimate purpose of the organization. This is a big question followed by a big answer. Stay tuned.
28 and I'm trying to shape history, pulling from the sky for some strength to take with me, line up the stars, fly away quickly and push the world forward like a tidal wave hit me. I ride the wave swiftly, I fear no man, check my titles mate quickly, came from the sky with the light of day in me and grew my own wings.
G'day guys, welcome to episode 187 of Ask Jack D. Thank you for tuning in once again. We had another great live episode on Tuesday right here on Facebook, so thank you for joining us in that. The engagement in those, firstly the viewing and the engagement in those are absolutely amazing, so thank all of you for that. Upcoming unwritten book launches. Sydney is next Tuesday. We are getting close. I'm looking forward to celebrating that with you all. If you're in Sydney, get along. It's next Tuesday the 26th. Melbourne is May the 3rd, the following Tuesday. So if you're in Sydney or Melbourne, I expect you to be there because I want to celebrate with you guys that the book is now out. If you do come, you'll get signed book, all the stuff, experiences, great entrepreneurs will be there. Both sort of some of Australia's best entrepreneurs, some of Australia's best media personalities, as well as a lot of, 120 to 250 entrepreneurs in the room, depending on what city you're in. So come along. I want to see you there. Rosie, today's question.
Okay, so today's question is a long one. It's from Mel Best. Mel says, I stepped away from the business I started to take on a national sales management role in the same industry to learn, grow and develop. I'm besotted with my job, but I need to find a way to inspire a group of 40 plus retailers to challenge the status quo, find their collective voice as a group, yet their individual voice as a store.
Love that.
I'm not asking how I should change their minds, but rather how can I start to get them focused on the tree and not the fruit, to get them working in the business, to get them working on the business rather than in the business, and most of all, how to convey that the best thing they can do collectively is show the consumer who they are and why they are there.
So just a small question for today's episode.
That was like 5 rolled into one.
Yeah, I love it. Mel's an opportunist.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for that. Mel, well, you kind of do need to change their mind. Not necessarily change their mind, but just help their thinking evolve. This is as much a conversation about heart as it is about mind, right? It sounds like, as you guys know, I think in any business there's two forces existing at any given moment, the dynamics and the mechanics. The dynamics is the heartbeat, the essence, the culture, the brand, the vision, the mission, the values, the feel. The mechanics is then how do we operationalize that? The project plans, the to-do lists, the infrastructure, the systems, the IT, the financial management. And typically you can't have one without the other, right? If you look at dynamics and mechanics in the human sense, it's kind of like heart and head, right? You need both, particularly in a business, because if we've got all the dynamics, we've got the dreams, we've got the visions, the goals, the understanding of who we want to become, but we can't execute, we can't operationalize on that, then we're just a bunch of dreamers and we probably won't fulfill our intention. And if we've got all the mechanics, but there's not a lot of soul happening, then we might build a slightly successful business, but we won't be connecting at any great length, and therefore that will act as a very thick glass ceiling on how big we can actually grow in the first place. So, Mel, I actually think you do want to change their minds. You also want to move their hearts, right? And the two, I don't say the two, it's beyond semantics. They're two very different, although parts of the same whole in terms of the conversations that you're going to want to be having. The other important consideration for you is that you're trying to get the buy-in of the retailers toward a particular vision. The thing with that is that you're going to need to, with as high up the organization as you can go, preferably the CEO, maybe the board if it's required, you're going to need to develop or help the organization develop a meaningful vision, mission, values. You need to develop the overarching DNA of the entire organization. However, you also, as you said, I think you said something beautifully. You said, create it as a group, but also have them, create it at a store level. which means we need co-ownership, right? We need everybody from the CEO to the board to own it at the top. We also need everybody at the store level to be owning it. If we want it to be co-owned, then it needs to be co-developed. This is how you do that. Start at the top, go to the CEO, go to whoever you need to in order to start and table the conversation around what's our vision, meaning what contribution are we trying to make, what difference do we make to people's lives, what's our mission, who are we becoming, what's our big audacious goal, if we want to be somewhere as a business in 10 years, what is all this for, who are we becoming, how big do we want to be, what do we want this business to be, and how do we want this business to look 10 years from now. And then values, what are the core values that we want to govern and guide who we want to become along the journey. So you want to develop the vision, mission, values at a top level of the organization. However, you also want the stores at a department level to be able to be living those vision, mission, values that have come from the top, however, while still standing in their own authenticity. How you do that is you develop the vision, mission, values, and you then take them to the store level, and at a store level, you ask them to interpret the vision, the mission, and the values as guided and governed from the top in their own way, right? So you go, this is the vision, this is why we think it's important, why is it important to you guys? Right, and then you have that conversation around some butcher's paper or whiteboard. You play some videos, or you show them why the vision is important, and then you ask them why it's important for them. They might actually fill out some of their description around what the vision is and what does it mean for them at an individual store level. You then do the same for the mission. This is our mission. We want this organization to be 10 years from now. This is who we're fighting every day to become. This is the standard that we now want to live up to. You then might have them at a store level develop their mission at a store level. Where do they want this store to be 10 years from now within the larger context of the mission for the entire group, right? And then you go, these are the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 values. How do you guys think you can breathe your authenticity into these values? And how can you live and embody them on a daily basis? So we're starting with we're sort of developing them at the top, but we're then providing them as a framework that the stores can think and feel into in order to co-develop where we're going, why we're going there, and who we want to be along the way. In terms of then changing and altering behavior, that just trickles down at a store level. So you've got vision, which is like the ultimate contribution we want to make. You've got mission, which might be 5, 10, 15-year goal, doesn't matter. That will then break down into a strategy, right? The strategy might be a 3-year strategy, it might be a 7-year strategy. That strategy then breaks down into an 18-month operational plan. That operational plan breaks down into quarterly project plans and quarterly objectives. Those quarterly project plans and objectives then break down into monthly targets. Those monthly targets break down into weekly targets, and the weekly targets determine what we do today. However, all of the actions in terms of what we do today is informed by the context of the vision, the mission, the values for the store, which have been interpreted by the vision, the mission, the values for the group. So we've co-developed them, we've got co-ownership. Mel, look at yourself throughout this process as the conduit. You are the bridge from the CEO down to the janitor in the store, and your job is to make sure everybody has a clear picture and perfect visibility of the vast and endless sea that lies ahead and who we must be along the way.
So what that means, right?